So let's say you're going on a date. When was the last time you went on a first date? Let me know in the comments. And you're going on the first date and you have some sort of expectations. Maybe you have a history of, I don't know, a few years of really bad dates, and it's just your first date, and I don't know, maybe a few years, and before you were dating people that hurt you, maybe people that mistreated you, people that broke your heart, all these things. And now maybe you're going and you're meeting that person thinking that, oh yeah, I'm gonna go and see that person, but what's the point really, because I know what's gonna happen. This person is going to break my heart. It's just such a time waste, like I'm just going to waste my time. I'd rather just be at home, but now I'm like ready, so I might as well go and meet that person. So when you go to and you go and meet someone with these expectations, well, guess what happens? So let me know in the comments if it's ever happened to you that you're going to meet someone and your energy and the way you are is just not there. And you can feel, that you're not open to this, that you have these expectations, what's gonna happen, and you're just like, "Wah." Or maybe, you are going for a job interview and you also have some sort of expectations. So this could be that way, or also it could be this, that you've been living your life in a certain way, and maybe you are in a job that you don't feel, that excites you, that makes you feel happy. Maybe you are in a relationship that makes you feel, that you are not good enough and you're just bored and there is no excitement. Maybe you have like an amazing business, but it's just, you feel like, I'm really bored. There is no excitement. So the thing is, if it's very simple, if you keep reliving the same thing and if you keep telling yourself the same story, well, what's going to be the result? The result is going to be the same. So in order to get different results and in order to start telling yourself a different story, you have to change that thought and you have to get a new way into seeing things and get a new way into, living your life. So does that make any sense? Have you ever been in a situation where suddenly, you make that decision and you like, that's it, I'm just gonna do things differently, and then you look back and you maybe you broke up with someone, maybe you left a job, maybe you started a new hobby, something, and you look at yourself and you think, why did I wait so long? Why did I even, bother with all these things? Like, why was I not doing this? Like, what was stopping me? So I'd like you to tell me in the comments if you can relate to this, and if you ever made that step, and if you ever, took that initiative and you're like, what? I'm not sure I'm happy with how things are going and I would like to change things. So let me know in the comments if this has ever happened to you. So Michael, what are you saying? When you are in a boat moving forward, you leave behind a wake in the water. As Wayne Dyer said, can the wake drive the boat? No, you are the driver. I love that. Very poetic. What else you said? Oh yeah, you're saying that you had a good time when Korean with your parents. So does anyone know of Dr. Joe Dispenza? I'm a big fan of Dr. Joe Dispenza. Let me know in the comments if you're familiar with him. And there's something that he says. He says that the biggest problem that he sees in people is that they want a change and they want to live those amazing lives and they want to be different and live different lives compared to the lives that they had in the past, and they want have amazing things going on in their lives. However, they're trying to achieve those things by being exactly the same person as they are. Yes, becoming supernatural. I love that. And so, my alarm has gone for my jacket potatoes. Could you hear that? So he says that in order, to get those different results. And in order to live that extraordinary life, you have to become a different person. You're not gonna be able, to do, if you've been doing something for the last 5 years and you feel like, yeah, it's just who I am, you're not gonna be able to do things differently and to achieve different experiences and different all these exciting things and all these dreams that you have. You can't do that if you are in your head, and if you keep doing the same thing, and if you keep applying the same techniques and the same strategies that you have been. So you have to change that. Now, how can you do that? Does that make any sense? Let me know in the comments if that makes any sense. Yes, I'm currently in change mode, constant evolving, which is one of the reasons why I have not been dating. I think, what if you met someone that could be in the same kind of place, and that person would be like, you know what, I also want to grow. Because when you are maybe in a relationship with someone, or when you have someone's support, that person can ask you questions that you never asked yourself. This is, why it's good to have a coach, a therapist. This is why it's great to read books, to watch some sort of videos that inspire you, because you get someone from the outside of you, someone that is out of your head, not someone, that is in you, not someone that, when you are in your head, you can't really do those things. So that's why it's so good to have someone from the outside to support you and to ask you these different questions so you could create a different reality. However, I appreciate, that you say that you want to be in a certain position, or you want to be in a certain way in order to start that relationship. Because I think one of the things that I see very often happening in my life around is that people want their partner to be their therapist. And I think it's very important to have a partner where you can open up and you can share those amazing experiences, and you can be vulnerable with, and you can be really open. But your partner is not your therapist. And if you need some help, if you need, a coach or a therapist or whoever, you should not rely on that person, because then it's going to affect other areas in your relationships. Paul says, I can't share anyone to share life with. Okay, Paul, let me know in the comments, what have you done in the last 6 months actively to find that partner, to look for that partner. Because what I see very often, people say, oh, I can't find a job, I can't find a partner, I can't lose weight. Could be anything, So I always ask, what are these actions, very simple actions, that you applied in recently, let's say the last 6 months, that you think could be helping you to get into that place. Because if you're sitting at home and watching Netflix and saying, oh, my life sucks, oh, I'm so fat, oh, I'm single, well, guess what? I'm gonna say this now. A pussy is not gonna fall from the sky. You have to actually go out there and get one. Yes, I said it. I said the word pussy. Ha ha ha. Big deal. Anyway, so my point is, so I want you to look at your life. Don't wait for 2019. Look at different areas in your life, your career, your relationships, your relationship with yourself, your relationship with others, your work, your fitness, anything. What is that one thing that you could start doing from today that you think could improve your situation? So it doesn't have to be, anything massive. Maybe you can go and do planks for 2 minutes. Maybe you can go and look up all the local events happening, and you can sign for a networking event. Maybe you can, start like signing for an online program. Maybe you can get yourself a coach. Maybe you can, just get that book that you wanted to read for such a long time and just read every single day for 30 minutes. Maybe you can start meditating for 5 minutes. That one thing that you can start doing. Don't, come up with, because sometimes I know, like, I get this situation where I have this big goal and I want to do so many things, and then I get like, it just gets too much. So then I just quit everything, and I'm like, I can't do this, and then I stay in bed miserable and just like, blah. I have days like that as well, and that's fine, but it's all about, so just pick one thing that you can start doing from today. And if you feel that I could be that person that can support you, please let me know. I'm also thinking of doing like an online course. So would you be interested in that? Because what I've noticed is that even, myself, like doing, following up with that app or going on an online program, because I do that, I find that consistency is the key. And if there was something, that you can follow every day for 15 minutes, imagine that, that is much better. And then there is someone, that kicks your ass and says you have to do this, and then you can be more consistent. You have someone that you can be accountable to, especially if you pay for that. I find that once I pay for something, my brain changes, and I think that's why I was better at keeping up with my headspace, because I invested into my app, even though it's like a very small fee, but something switches in the brain. And when you make that payment, when you make that commitment, when you make that investment, it feels different. So let me know if you think you would be interested into, if I created an online course, and if I did, what do you think it would be that thing that you would really like to learn from me? So let me know. I'd like to know that. What's that? That's a longer Latif, sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. I'm striving to get the person beneath the flesh, coming to grips with the fact that this body is a vessel. It is possible to distinguish between the two. I think it's important to build a relationship with what's inside. Absolutely. And I wish, we were taught this when we were growing up, because our body, how we look, this is just the costume, and it's what's inside. And I understand, we are visual, and you are watching this and you are visual, and it's nice to have someone next to you. But I always say this, like, would you rather wake up next to someone who looks pretty, or would you rather wake up next to someone that you can have a very nice, deep, soulful conversation with, and the person, that you feel connected on a different level, and not just on the physical level? Because that physical thing, it's just, you can't maintain it. It goes away, and it's just like this, it's not something you can maintain it. Well, in my opinion. John wants both. Yeah, don't lower your standards. Haven't done very much due to illness, but I find the ones I like don't like me, and the ones I don't like me, for crying out loud. Paul, message me. I'm sure I could help you with this. Honestly, I'm seeing so many things that you're saying here, and it's just, I'm not trying to be mean, but trust me, it's just in your head, and there is something that you keep doing. But if you change that one thing, it can completely change everything. Not just your dating life, but your other relationships as well. Trust me, I work with people like that all the time.